Karma says if you focus on heart, you will continue to suffer and overthink. If you focus on the lesson, you will continue to grow and peace. Buddha said two things to remember in life. Take care of your thoughts when you're alone and take care of your words when you are with people. Buddha also said, don't let yourself be controlled by three things: people, money, and past experiences. Train your mind to be stronger than your emotion, or else you will lose yourself every time. Today I'm going to tell you a story on overthinking. If you think and worry too much about your future, about your past, everyone who overthink or going through the overthinking disease, you will not going to overthink from now. So let's get started. There was a student who was crying and was deeply distressed and filled with sorrow because today he had failed in the test exam in school. When he was coming back to home from school, he met with his friend. His friend asked him, "Why are you crying?" The student said, "I failed in the exam. I destroyed my life. I'm a biggest failure." And his friend replied, "I know it feels like you will never get past this, but you will. Failing this one test doesn't mean that you are a failure. It just means you hit a bump in the road." But the student keeps crying. Now his friend realized that he's going into overthinking disease. So his friend told him there is a monk who is to live in a mountain far away from the noise and village. You should meet him. He will find a way to pass you the test exam. So the student went into the mountain to meet with the monk. When he sees the monk, he started crying. The monk asked him, "Why are you crying?" The student said, "Dear monk, I failed in the test exam. My life is destroyed. I am a biggest failure. My mind is constantly filled with thoughts. I analyze every situation, worry about the past and imagine the future. It's exhausting and I can't find peace. The monk listened attentively and nodded. He said, "I want to do an experiment. Would you like to do it? Following this, you will pass the test." The student gets so surprised and said, "I would do anything what it takes me to pass the test exam," and asked the monk, "Tell me what I need to do." The monk said, "Go into my room and make cups of tea and bring them to me." The student followed monk's order. He entered into the monk's room and brought a few cups filled with hot tea. The monk took the cup and held it out to the student. "Tell me," the monk said, "what do you see in this cup?" The student glanced at the cup and replied, "I see a cup filled with hot tea." The monk smiled and asked, "But do you see the cup or the tea?" The student looked closer and said, "I see both the cup and the tea." The monk nodded approvingly and poured more tea into the cup until it started overflowing. The hot tea spilled onto the floor, creating a small puddle. Now the monk asked, "What do you see?" The student hesitated and then answered, "I see the cup, the tea, and the spilled tea on the floor." The monk then posed a question, "Where is your attention focused? Is it on the overflowing tea or the cup?" The student realized his mistake and replied, "I was too focused on the cup that I didn't notice the overflowing tea until it spilled." The monk gently said, "Your mind is like that cup. It is filled with thoughts, worries, and speculations. When you constantly dwell on them, your mind becomes overwhelmed, just like the cup overflowing with tea. Instead of being fully present, you are lost in the realm of thoughts." The monk said, "This experiment was not to pass you the test, but to show you the reality and to prepare you to face and fight the failures and overthinking. So in future, you will not get into the disease of overthinking. Everyone fails. There is a people in this class who have failed an exam. It happens to everyone at some point, and you can get through it." The student reflected on the monk's words and asked, "So how can I stop overthinking and find peace?" The monk smiled and replied, "Just as the spilled tea on the floor is beyond the cup's control, learn to let go of unnecessary thoughts. Recognize that dwelling on the past or worrying about the future only robs you of the present moment. Embrace the here and now and let go of what is beyond your control. In the simplicity of the present, you will find peace." The student bowed to the master, grateful for the wisdom he had received. From that day forward, he began to cultivate mindfulness, gently letting go of overthinking and embracing the beauty of the present moment. Remember what Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." Thank you so much for watching this video. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe this channel and share this video as much as possible with your friends, family, and to anyone you think is going to help them. Thank you so much.